Hi, this is Noelle Roberts. We're here at CPAC 2023, day 2, and I'm with Total News. Right now I'm joined this morning by Dr. Peter McCullough. You all know him very well from the beginning, origins of COVID, and you watched his journey as they pretty much silenced him from day 2, I think it was, if I remember correctly. So thank you for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me. They didn't do too good of a job silencing me because Americans keep coming back and asking, what's the truth in COVID-19? I've been consistent, I've been clear, and I've been right.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Most importantly, he has been right. And we know this to be true. We just heard last week some confirmation 2 years later that the origins may have come from, I don't know, a lab leak. Who knew, right? Oh, wait, you did.
You know, the original paper that was published in Lancet that said the virus had jumped from a bat to a human, and this happened in a Wuhan fish market. In the original paper, easily a third of the people who had the illness in the Lancet paper had never been to the fish market. Now it's divulged that multiple U.S. agencies had oversight over the U.S. research being done in Wuhan Institute of Virology. Now, the biosecurity annex there was built by Stefan Bainzel when he was with bioMérieux. He's now the CEO of Moderna. So this was all collaborated and planned, and now the Department of Energy, which actually has oversight over the program, and the FBI in the last week have come out and said, you know what? It came from the lab.
That's right. So what we just found out and had our new confirmation, Dr. Peter McCullough was on it from the original dates of inception of this horrible thing that plagued us all here in America and around the world. And where can we look now? Things have evolved. I had COVID twice. No shots for me. No need. I'm pretty healthy. My dad's 95. He had it before the shot came out, and he survived just fine.
Did he ever get a shot?
Well, you know, he ended up he's 95, so he did end up getting one. But he had COVID twice, once before without, once with it. And so my point being is, I think we have all seen through the evolution, and you could probably attest to this, that the shot is not as necessary as some might have painted it to be.
Well, it's not clinically indicated. It's not medically necessary. Recent paper published now by Kramer and colleagues shows that those who've already had COVID and then just take an unnecessary vaccine, that's where a lot of the side effects are occurring. We now have a situation, our CDC says 92% of people have actually taken one shot, 79% have taken 2 shots, but only 16% are current with the booster. So effectively, the program's fizzled out. Only 16% have any theoretical protection. And a recent paper by Clausen and colleagues from Harvard shows 94% of Americans have already had COVID, like you and me and your dad, and 97% actually have protection because some people have it and they don't know it. So essentially it's over with. Look here at CPAC. No one's wearing masks. People look well. People want this to be over with.
Right. And so as far as the studies coming out with all those that have been dying, unfortunately, the last, let's say, 6, 8, 9 months, dropping dead, the heart defects that are coming up, a lot of our pilots, a lot of our military, I know, have been put on leave. Do you think there's going to be some studies ultimately coming out about that we have some concrete evidence that will show the direct correlation between the two events?
We have to see it. Now, recently on Steve Kirsch's Substack, he's merged the CMS data. Clearly, death is occurring on the day and the day after vaccination in high rates. The CDC has the National Vaccine Administration database and the National Death Index. So it's up to the CDC to merge those data sources and tell us what's going on with death. All-cause mortality is up in all the insurance companies at this point in time. And it's now been shown, recent study by Castriuta and colleagues, the messenger RNA on the lipid nanoparticle is circulating in the bloodstream for at least 28 days or longer. And so that is much longer than anybody thought, giving the opportunity for the vaccine to damage the organs and precipitate some of these deaths.
So I hope that you're right. I hope we do see the studies coming out so that we can get to the bottom of that as well, because these poor people are now suffering the consequences of what they were told would be safe.
Right.
So, well, we thank you, Dr. McCullough, for stopping this morning so early with Total News, and we hope you have a wonderful CPAC. And this is Noelle Roberts with Dr. Peter McCullough and Total News at CPAC 2023, Washington, D.C.